Hi everyone, my name is Ryan, and I'm the midlife skier. With everyone out of work and school for the long MLK weekend, we booked our second trip up to Snowshoe this ski season. Expecting one of the busiest ski weekends of the year at Snowshoe, we came up with a strategy to deal with the heavy crowds. Today, I'm going to share our skiing experience and how our crowd avoidance strategy worked. We'd been up to Snowshoe just 4 weeks earlier for a pre-Christmas ski trip. We were staying in the same place as before, so it was nice that we knew where everything was and how everything worked. Knew how to check in, knew where the room was, knew the layout of the room, all those kinds of things. Snowshoe had several inches of snow and plenty of snowmaking in the intervening 4 weeks, so there was a bit more open terrain, though not as much as I had hoped. The boys, my sons and I, arrived on Thursday night while my wife and daughter came up on Friday night. As usual, I was on my Armada Declivity 88C skis in 176 centimeter length for this trip. Our strategy was to ski Friday in the main Snowshoe Basin area, ski Saturday all day at Silver Creek to avoid crowds, and ski Sunday at the main basin area again and explore the Western Territory slopes. Friday was absolutely dead with no lift lines. This part of the strategy worked really good. However, the issue is that the snow conditions were not great. Most of the blue and black slopes were ungroomed and had lots of snowmaking going on in preparation for the busy weekend. This made it much harder to ski than what I had been expecting. At least the green slopes were in good shape and pretty fun. Saturday at Silver Creek was fantastic. It snowed on and off all day. Lift lines never exceeded 5 minutes at any point. Snow conditions were very good with everything freshly groomed. Later in the day, things did begin to get a bit skied off, but not too bad. I just can't emphasize enough that if you're at Snowshoe on a busy weekend, hitting Silver Creek, we've just had so much fun with it. The lift lines are non-existent. Yes, the lifts are a little slower, and no, there isn't as much terrain, but what terrain there is still a lot of fun. So anyway, we've had a lot of fun at Silver Creek. Sunday in the main basin is where things went slightly wrong. I hope that casual skiers would not be out as much this day, as they would have shot their legs from Saturday's craziness. And it was much colder this day as well. The high was 11 degrees air temp, not feels like air temp. So very cold. Rope drop was fantastic, and I got a couple of laps around the main ball hooter lift with not much waiting. We then went over to the Soaring Eagle lift side, which I think is the south side of the mountain. And the lines over there started building quickly. By 10:30 in the morning, the lift line was about 15 to 20 minutes at Soaring Eagle. We went back to the main side and hit the Powder Monkey lift, which had another 15-minute wait and many stoppages once on the lift. After heading to the Ball Hooter lift to get back up to the main village area for lunch, it turned out that this main lift actually had the shortest wait at about 10 minutes. All in all, the strategy worked pretty well except for Sunday, even though it wasn't bad either. I wish the slopes had been in a little better shape on Friday, but it makes sense that they were getting ready for the weekend. Silver Creek was so awesome on Saturday, we totally forgot it was a crazy busy weekend. To explain Sunday, my theory is that it actually was mostly experienced skiers out as I thought, but they all avoided Ball Hooter because of how crowded it usually is. Over on the Soaring Eagle side, those are mostly blues and blacks, several blacks over there. And so that's kind of why I think it was experienced skiers. But anyway, now I know for next time. Maybe I was on to something, but just play it a little different next time. Yeah, except the little bits of ice. Technically it's hard pack. All right, now Now bomb time. And speed record. Oh, in the tuck. In the tuck. Come on, baby. Oh. I would not recommend bombing. Okay, it is clear. powder ski. Yeah. Sure. Did it.
That wasn't too bad.
No, just terrifying.
One middle part where the steep is. Don't go too fast on the top.
Okay.
That steep part,
Yeah.
like that whole part is icy though.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna escape it.
Gonna rely on my edges. Having recently skied my first black runs ever at Winter Place, I decided to ski a black run at Snowshoe called Widowmaker. Didn't go well. Because it was Friday and the slope was ungroomed with a random mix of snowmaking powder and hardpack ice, I was unprepared for what I encountered. After cresting the steepest lip of the run, things went from hardpack above to 3 inches of man-made powder below it. My tip caught and I just couldn't push through. My ski popped off and I fell right below the lip. Fearing that no one above could see me, I scrambled to grab my popped off ski and then I just butt slid down out of the steep area to get the ski back on ASAP. While no footage thankfully exists of this incident, my son and everyone on the lift got a hilarious show, at least according to him. As I was determined not to let Widowmaker defeat me, I did go back and do it again right afterward without falling. As it turned out, my wife and daughter did their very first black on Sunday on guess which slope? They chose Widowmaker, and they had absolutely no problems at all. I ended up doing Widowmaker again on Sunday with them, and now that it was groomed, it was fantastic. It was so much fun. It was so much fun, in fact, that we did it a few times, and the only reason we stopped was because of the long lift line at the Soaring Eagle. So because of this, I learned an important lesson. At my current skill level, the snow conditions matter as much as the steepness in determining if I can comfortably handle the run. On Sunday, when we were in the Western Territory, I noticed one of the runs had snowmaking on and seemed partially ungroomed. So having learned just a couple days before, I just skipped the run. It was Upper Shays Revenge. And I didn't chance it based on this hard-learned lesson. As I progress and get better, a key thing for me will be able to handle different snow conditions on steeper runs. Hopefully I can develop the technique to allow for this. My biggest accomplishment for this trip was to continue to ski more advanced runs without being intimidated and actually have fun on them. I learned that I have some limits, but the progress I've made thus far still blows me away. Blue runs that completely scared me 4 weeks earlier were fun and about as intimidating as green cruisers. Black runs that seemed totally off limits and insane suddenly were doable and even fun in the right conditions. Even more important to me was to see the progress my entire family is making. My youngest son skied every open blue and black run at Snowshoe other than the Western Territory runs. He had a blast and loved it. I guess greens are just boring now. As I just mentioned, my wife and daughter also got in on things. They did most of the blue runs there and went right to the blacks in the Soaring Eagle lift area. My daughter wanted to do Western Territory with me, which has the steepest blacks at Snowshoe, and she ended up doing both advanced runs over there. The progress the entire family has made this season has blown me away, and I'm so proud of all of them. They're not letting anything slow them down, and they just keep chugging and chipping away at it. Here are the stats for this 3-day ski trip. Top speed was 34.8 miles per hour. Average speed was 17 miles per hour. Total vertical feet were 27,401 feet. With carve, I seem to have plateaued at a ski IQ of 97. This doesn't bother me, as my concentration has been on getting comfortable with steeper slopes and higher speeds. I'm hoping to have some opportunities in the near future to work a little more on technique. My hope is that with better technique, I will be able to handle a broader range of snow conditions, mitigating the problems I had on that Friday at Snowshoe. Regardless of whether my ski IQ gets better or not, I'm still very happy with the progress I've made so far this season. As before, we had a great time at Snowshoe. I don't think we'll be back to Snowshoe this season as we're trying to explore other resorts, but I feel very confident we'll be back next season. But who knows, maybe if the season hangs on a little longer, we can sneak in a late season trip. So that's all for today, and I hope you have a great day.